he's gone for the old reinforcement guy.
Yeah, so we have to wait. I always wait until it goes live. I always make this mistake with Dan. We wait until it goes live, then we introduce it. Then it's good.
That's fine.
Got 2 minutes. Anyway.
If he picks it, we can discuss it. There's 1 in 3 chance. Doesn't even, or 1 in 4. No doctrine hype. So you
okay, I see. Okay.
Right, there we go. So you cut us in like right on the button then.
Well, so we can actually have our backs not wrecking. You know what I mean? And we can sit a bit forward and speak into the mic.
It's gonna be like epic
posture. So the leg strength for that, you know, all the curries we ate last night.
Yeah.
That's better.
Working them out.
Okay, there.
Cool.
This is the same setup Dev M Love and Est and I had last year, about July time.
A lot of who is the right guy all the time. Everybody wants to know who you are.
Just get on Grindr and they'll find out.
Dan, what's that word we're going to get to the cast today? That secret word we're going to shout out. You created it earlier.
Mahombo.
Humbo.
No, it's a secret. What's a secret word?
I'm confused.
Yeah, they will be as well. It's going to be great.
Right.
This is Hank Scorpio. We're calling him. If anyone's ever watched The Simpsons, we reckon this guy is Hank Scorpio.
All I need is a flamethrower and I'm there.
Yeah, flamethrower and.
It's just Hank Scorpio.
We're going through our Simpsons.
Shut up! Get rid of him. He's saying the secrets.
No.
It's not how you spell it anyway. It's actually got several Z's in it.
Why is he there? Well, Landegar, that's you just have to find out.
This guy is the best commentator we've ever experienced. We found him commentating on greased monkey knife fights in Leicester. And you know, he's paying homeless people to have fights with each other and just commentating on the street. It was good.
Yeah.
So we just thought this raw talent.
They saved him
really for King of the Hill. They saved him really. He was originally one of the fighters. He was one of the fighters. He was fighting a monkey, and he was originally one of the monkeys. We shaved him.
Retired undefeated though. Not bad.
What's that thing next to Ishtari's name? What does that mean? That gold thing?
It means he's top cheerer.
Oh, that's really, really crap, that Twitch thing, isn't it? It's like takes up half of the screen. It's like the cheerleading competition. It's like, give all the money to Twitch. It's going to be like... I reckon they'll have pay to make your comment bigger soon, like a bigger font size. They're just literally ragging on it, aren't they? 10 seconds to live, boys. I don't know why I'm shouting. Okay, they're over there somewhere. Don't worry, guys.
This is actually going to be a good match, man.
It's going to be great. I love this map as well. It's cracking.
This is good for you. You get to see what happens on the other side of all of this. You know, and all
the magic. You mean?
The absolute.
It's like going to Disney World. For
magic that goes on. But anyway, without further ado, shall we get on with it, boys?
Indeed.
Oh yeah.
Hello everybody and welcome to the first of King of the Hill week finale, if that's a thing. We have today a king-only competition and our first contestants have been chosen. On the red-hand side of the north, in Crossroads, it is VonIvan.
And in the south, he is the master of chaos, the chief purveyor of calamity. He hails from the United States. He's playing as the Soviets. It's VonIvan. We have a third voice with us today on the cast. It is Ed 80 Hertz, a bit of a legend in the making, a sea newcomer. Why don't you introduce yourself, Ed?
Yeah, thanks, A. I'm Ed. I'm here for the glorious stream that is King of the Hill on the last finale. And yeah, I've just come up to be a part of the stream and special guest, as it were. Well, I'm not a referee in the shirt. So
you're a mystery. You're an enigma for the next few hours.
I just rigged the system and get VonIvan to play.
Let's test what Ed knows about the commander that VonIvan's launched into playing, Ostrupen. I mean, what do we see this going? Where do we see it going with this one?
I think this is the ultimate. If he wins with this doctrine, then he's probably the best player in the world. Because I find it a very, very tough doctrine to utilise.
Yeah.
The squad models drop is pretty prolific, but it's an early game rush kind of tactic.
Definitely
get those squads out, put some pressure back on VonIvan, who is like an ant's nest with his infantry. You know, just keep coming at him.
It's basically like an ant war now. We've got it's the battle of the ants, the conscripts and the Ostrup, and they're all
So it'd be good to see how the 6-man versus 6-man squads. No one can complain now.
They can't. It's true.
So yeah,
it's just one of those things. And to be honest, this is something that DevM and has been trialing a lot recently. Is Ostrup and spam. It seems to be back in vogue. It's not just Helping Hands using it at the moment. We've got a bit more of a flavour. So another MG42 in the build as well. Interesting.
It's good. One of the things in this build that makes it so good is Ostrup, they can flood the map quickly. They can get those buildings at the start of the game straight away, and then they're so cheap to reinforce and upkeep that you can climb to tier 2 really quickly. Off the back of having so much territory control. So it doesn't surprise me at all. But I think it would suggest easily that VonIvan's going to go for that early tier 2, and you're going to get something big out of it.
But look at that as well from VonIvan. It's the predecessor to the KBG. It's the NKVD. He's gone for the secret police of the Soviet Union. And it's an interesting commander, a lot of Muni-heavy abilities. Rapid Conscription, IL-2 Loiter, aka Ed, what's it known as?
The big skill planes.
Oh, the big skill planes. And it's one of those abilities. Prop War as well. Everything is... But damn, if the first ability that VonIvan's got utilised there in that commander, that's just something great to have in your cards.
It is, yeah. I love that we see players using Radio Intercept. I also really love that we've seen 2 very, very cool commander choices that are a little bit different. There's no kind of heavy late game outlet here. It's just right off infantry engagements the whole way through. But Radio Intercept, that is of course going to allow VonIvan to hear what is coming out all the time and hear the teching, so he's going to spot this.
On the micro front and the tactical front, we did see a cut-off attempt there. MG42 was cut off and swarmed by the conscript, so a nice aggressive play by VonAsten, but it was mitigated well by VonIvan.
And there's the model drop we were talking about.
Oh yeah,
very nice. It's tough with Ostrup, but good MG42 play. He's doubled it up, so...
Well, look, he's been pushed into Medbunker straight away. He's got no choice there because he's dropped so much health on those models. Look at that 6-man Ostrup, and the second one in from the left there. It's a 6-man squad. It's got barely any health. Nice flank from the conscripts coming in, trying to get that juicy cut-off. They've got around the rear armour. Sorry, the rear side of the MG42, but there's another one setting up just north of there.
It's got the double MGs, I think, could actually really work with the Ostrup, because Ostrup are just going to make these engagements go on forever, because conscripts and Ostrup firing each other, it could go on and on until something breaks it from maybe tier 2. I mean, at the moment, we see this is probably battle phase 1, so he's not going to build tier 1, straight into tier 2, saving as much of his manpower and fuel as possible. So this is something that Von himself likes to do. He likes to get that tech advantage on the field. VonIvan. Sorry. And so, oh god. VonIvan loves that tech advantage. So for VonAsten to get it first would actually be a bit of a blow.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We may be seeing Panzer Grenadiers in this game. It's sometimes an idea once you've got the spammable units to kind of accompany them with an elite unit. We could also see a flak half-track rush maybe from tier 2. I wouldn't recommend he'd ever skip tier 2. I mean, he's going to need a pack 40 against VonIvan's amazing T70 play, but it's just one of those things.
I think a 2-2-2 complements Ostrup and else.
Oh, it does. That's another good one.
You're not going to get the damage output, but as he's gone Maxims,
that is a Soviet mine.
Nice.
Nice. We see Molotovs and anti-tank grenades already teched by VonIvan. He's got the Molotov in on VonAsten's MG. That is going to be forced out of the building. Will he call the retreat immediately? No, he's going to keep that on the field. Wants to keep a dominant position.
Oh, just barely.
That's going to get him on the retreat now. You realise
it is.
That? Yeah, they're calling it.
It is. That bulletin, the RPG bulletin for the anti-tank grenades. What does that do? 7% increased range. That's powerful. Wow, that'll be useful later. I'll have to watch out for that one.
So for days.
Oh yeah.
So just watching at the moment, VonIvan really struggling with this opening. I don't think he's had anywhere near the kind of effectiveness he was looking for. And VonAsten, his pioneers are still on the field at the moment. He's not going to save up and bank manpower. He's going to keep spending. He's going to go for that extra MG.
Wow.
Which is a real counter to the Maxim that has just come out on the field. Because, this
MG42 suppresses faster. It wins a straight fight, and MG42 is more likely to be in place before the Maxim is most of the time, based on Soviet play styles. And 3 MG42s on a map like this, with it is wide open, but there's so many choke points as well because the hedgerows tend to split it up. So 3 MG42s can really choke your opponent out.
That's a great Ulra, by the way, just completely preventing VonAsten from turning around and setting up the MG. And oh, sorry about that.
It's funny how they oorah for 3 seconds, then go completely silent for like 10. It's like oorah.
You'd want to conserve your energy, wouldn't you? But why isn't Von Asten retreating here? He's finally going to retreat.
Oh, he's getting the other MG42 in position.
This
There's your
is
answer.
late. This is late.
Oh, he's got it. There you go. It's good play.
Still, not able to get Molotov off.
Elsewhere in the east, it looks like VonIvan's made a bit of a resurgence. He's capping up this side, that side of the map once more. But then you get the yin-yang effect, and left's now filling up with the red guys. So it's a ebb and flow, touch and go, back and forth gameplay on the field of Crossroads. I've been doing this too long, Ed.
Predicting the predictions.
Oh yeah.
There's a nice little cut through the hedgerow in the building there to get the strategic decap. VonIvan's having none of it and is going to oorah in. Yeah. But it might be, if this AT gun keeps going up the field, Von Asten will see it. And we'll have a look at that now. Oh. No, you won't.
Oh, no, go away, Amos! What are you doing?
Sorry. No one on Twitch can see that.
Oh, thank God.
But sorry, it's my fault. I'm trying to get the.
That's okay. We can just cast without it.
Okay, there we go. It's fixed now. My apologies.
We had Windows.
Trying to get the fog of war. I was trying to illustrate that Von.
Press the button.
VonIvan can see that. This
he's this gunning the building there. He's gonna have to get the MG42 out of dodge. Got 3 more shots in it. It's absolutely fine, seemingly. Might destroy the building. That'd be quite good actually, because of course, you know, it's a really good strategic building for Von Asten, trying to protect his northern territories. So.
The thing I'm looking at the most now is his munitions counter for VonIvan.
Yeah.
He needs to bank up a lot.
He does.
He's on a good income now, but he needs quite a lot for that mail bomb thing. Yeah.
He's got the propaganda war or propaganda leaflets, whatever it's called. That's a lot. We've seen the munitions cost of these abilities for VonIvan.
Of course, yeah. So
it's 60 for recon overflight. He's not really used that quite yet. And then all the others cost a lot of abilities.
Trying to barrage the MG here, and nearly all the shots were hitting the building there. So very unfortunate.
And then we got prop wall, which is how much munition? Sorry. So,
propaganda, I think, is
80.
Yeah.
It just keeps ramping up. 120, yeah. Then 180, of course, for the skill plane. So as you can see, munitions is rarely for Soviets going to be a bit of a sink in this battle.
Yeah.
He hasn't really been particularly great at keeping a lot of his resources and strategic points. He won't be able to hit many of those early effectively. And interestingly, with a 4 conscript build, he hasn't gone for anything with PPSHs, which I find really interesting. That's a great barrage from that AT gun.
That MG's down and out. Is it going to survive the maelstrom of fire? No, it isn't, thanks to the Maxim taking it out. Ostrip can rush into the 4. They're brutalised accordingly. Pioneers are trying to fight out. MP40's doing a little bit of work. It's not going to work. He has lost an MG42 to VonIvan.
That's actually really, really good and fortunate for Von. He's going to be able to get himself. It's so annoying for VonIvan. It's going to be really annoying for Von Asten to lose that MG because that was a great thing that was holding Von's conscript wall back. And Von Asten, Ivan, just say Asten. VonIvan,
yes,
the blue player, is going to be bringing out the T70 soon.
As predicted, there we go. But it's a bit late actually. He's been fuel deprived, seemingly. Well, always been manpower synced, whichever it has been. He's not had the resources to get it out, and it's coming out just in time for the Panzer IV due to the skipping of Tier 1 and the great map control by Von Asten. It's really coming together, this build is now. He is up against the Zisgun and the T70, but you know, it's a shame he lost that MG. He is currently rebuilding it, but it's a shame he lost it in the first place.
It is. It's not an unrecoverable situation by any means. Ostripin taking cover in fire there. But the thing is that there's this great mine in the centre of the map where the T70 I think is likely to perhaps go. Sorry, with the Panzer IV is likely to go, and that might create a situation where the AT gun can lean over and take shots. Maybe. And he's got T70 potential flank, so could go very wrong for Von Asten.
It's on tenterhooks this game now. We've got this. What I like to think of as the early game is now gone. Now these vehicles are hitting almost in unison. We're now in the mid game truly, and it's a very different mid game. You've got an AT gun and a T70 versus the Panzer Mark IV. So it's very interesting to see how this one's going to develop. It's all about the micro and the tactics now.
Those longer AT nades may make all the difference.
Oh yeah.
Can see that Panzer IV where it's coming up to the west side of the map. start dealing. And as soon as you see minesweepers on these pirate engineers, you know, you kind of know that mines are being laid.
Yeah.
And it's sorry, what?
It's alright, don't worry.
What?
No, it's a private joke between me and you because you make this point every game
Oh.
for 2.5 years worth. Don't worry, it's not sorry to interrupt your flow, but
No,
completely agree with the point Dan's
reviews
making. Of course there will be.
Oh.
No, Dan's exactly right to make this point. As soon as you see minesweepers, it's a
You
signal.
like said it already or something.
No, not this time. No. We've got incendiary grenades rounds currently on the MG42 against the Maxim, but the bigger picture right now is this Panzer IV that's prowling around the map.
Amazing timing to get that out in the 11th minute.
Yeah.
It's pretty damn good.
It's good timing, but he does have to be very careful because there is a lot of AT on the field. He only has to take any kind of hit, which he has, and now he can take an anti-tank grenade, and that's dangerous. It is. It's dangerous with what's in the field. Von's getting stronger and stronger, and VonIvan is getting stronger and stronger. Von Asten is, I would say, he's got to recover somehow. He's got to keep this infantry at bay.
Yeah, to be honest, I actually, it's probably very, very even now if you think of it strategically, because we haven't seen these major plays quite yet. We've had no major losses other than the MG42. I think he's had time to recover from that now. I note without the Tier 1 though, you haven't got the anti-MG and support weapon build. You haven't got snipers or mortars because you've skipped it, right? So he's actually a little bit limited in how he can deal with the Soviet support weapons. Su-76 coming out. Ed,
Nice.
what do you think of that?
Well, VonIvan's usage of it is pretty damn good. So that twinned with the AT gun, he's got to double it up on this one P4 now before it becomes more like flat panzers or other armor as well to support it. So it's a bit of a timing window. The SC-76 is going to come out before that next tank of Von Asten's.
He's really got to push the agenda now with this SU-76. This is now a different strategic front. This could be a difference maker, this unit.
And he's capped him all the way back. He's getting his munitions now.
I'm surprised he hasn't back-tech to Tier 2 so he can get an AT gun out, because his sole AT is reliant on the Panzer IV right now, and if that gets snared in any way...
Oh, look at the fuel count. He could get Stug out next. He's probably going to get Stug.
He's got a lot of manpower. He's got the manpower.
Oh, here we go. This gun opens up, takes the shot. Are we going to get the Ura? Oh, he doesn't want to do it because if he's a waste of manpower, it would get behind the base and he knows it. Where's the Su-76 in all this? Is it close by? It's
coming up.
Just a little bit late to the party, but never mind. It is now at the party. Better late than never. Tala there.
But how VonIvan again? He was in a bad position early game.
Yeah.
He's just somehow found a way, any which way.
I actually think Von Asten spread out too much. I think you push a point, do you know what I mean? And then you maybe just get a good position for your opponent to fall into traps on the way back.
Nice barrage here. Oh, very nice barrage. The MG42 losing 2 models and immediately needs to retreat. As he can attack ground. He cancelled it to do so and he didn't quite get it off, but pretty cool regardless. Nice work by VonIvan. Spread out in the west. He's now abandoning the east. Von Asten, he's changing position. Gonna have to get over there. Note the Vet 2 Pioneers, great unit to have, of course. You can repair your tanks a little bit better. Leading the fall with the other Pioneers. Meanwhile, conscripts are surrounding the situation. They're enveloping and constricting Von Asten.
He has to be careful here because if these conscripts move up a little bit, there's the risk of damaging. Yeah.
Or he could hit the mine and kill them both in a demo style. Oh, that would be so cool. He didn't quite have the reload. Here comes the T-70. Su-76 getting a big shot from afar. Also
of the recon being used on the T-70 just to give that extra bit of sight to make sure he always keeps his eyes on it. And one of these tanks, they're dangerously close to this. Will he push up?
He's got to get those Osttrooping into that circle though, that neutralised cut-off right now. He's capping it under heavy fire, but the recon mode T-70 won't fire on him, so it looks like he'll get it. Stolen MG42, hail of fire. Is he going to suppress before he gets there? He's replacing the Osttrooper models, caps the cut-off. Look on the west though, is he going to be losing that fuel? No, he's got a bunker there. Nice.
Interesting. I mean, he does have the...
Ooh, big barrage goes on the repairing Pioneers. Is he going to get them out of there? Just about. What a shot by VonIvan. Such premonition, such play.
You're putting a lot of pressure on. We're going to see a back tech down to Tier 1, I think, for the Fausts. Perhaps if we make use of all the Osttroopers. We've got the second Panzer IV. This is coming out on the flank now, so will we see this push together?
Oh, yeah, excellent push. He's got the rear arm of the T-70. It's done for. He's pushed the... Oh, he's eaten an anti-tank grenade though, and the Zis can't fire. Conscripts currently have line of sight. Needs to get behind there. S76 is firing. There's a mine there. Needs to watch out for it.
This is ballsy.
This is
Ballsy
and devastating.
Yeah, that was not necessary at all. You could have got away with both of those. And now,
Bad angle as well. It's not even like he tried to flank it. He just went straight for it. You know what I mean?
yeah. We could see that Von just starts ground attacking through the hedgerow here and just tries to hit what he can. In fact, it looks like maybe going to go all the way into the base.
This is aggressive. This is hyper aggressive. He's Etten a Faust. He's got the main destroy crit on the Panzer IV. Needs one more shot. Oh, he's sacrificed the Vet 2 SU-76.
He could also be throwing here.
What's he doing?
He's got to manoeuvre this.
No, VonIvan, this is crazy. He's doing it though. He's committed.
Yeah.
He's committed. He needs committing to the local mental asylum. This guy's crazy.
But he's got to lose this SU-76 now. Has to lose it.
Once you get abandoned, that'd be so
Faust.
funny.
But cost-wise and fuel, he's way ahead.
Yeah.
So it's a nice trade.
I mean, the cost of the SU-76. What do they cost again? Relative, the cheapest chips, aren't they? It's like 70 fuel, same as T70.
They are. But T70, T76. I mean, it's a loss for both of them, but it does leave.
210 fuel versus 260 though, so it is a trade up by 50 fuel. So he's traded well, basically. Didn't need to lose the T70. That was a bit unfortunate for him. Has that plane that combat engineer gone around the bunker there? Has it managed it? Yeah, he's managed it. That's what he's going to do about it.
Demo
Do
charge.
it, of course. Yeah. I said that as soon as I said it.
Yet they still exist. We haven't seen them for so long since they got
good
balanced.
play.
I saw one last night. It was quite funny.
Yeah. So. We'll wait and stick around. And see while
That was in time. Did you see the sneeze and the demo was in time?
VonIvan's unit.
You know, someone's laying that like hairline trigger, and he's like, "Ugh."
I gotta say that VonIvan's unit preservation from when I played him a few months ago to now is really improved. I mean, he's got quite flimsy troops here, conscripts, but not one squad lost. All that veterancy.
So it was 7,550.
Good play.
Yeah, VonIvan going for a brutal decap, and if he can keep the pressure up on this strategic decap, he will of course leave Von Asten with no resources, no ability to get back into the game with any tech. So it's a difficult situation for Von Asten.
But he's got
Four
that mortar
MGs.
out though. Look at the
Four.
size of his army now. It's pretty big. He's stolen an MG in all that, by the way. In that maelstrom, he managed to get an MG out of it, so he missed that initially. So to be honest, it seems to me, in terms of manpower, VonIvan's trading and crazy plays was possibly inefficient. Now we know we got an MG42 out of it. He's got the mortar now as well. Two of his MGs are at Vet 2, which means obviously more DPS, and also the incendiary rounds at Vet 1. So it's not looking great for VonIvan, I must admit now. What's this? So rapid conscription's been unlocked.
Now the abilities coming.
Oh, the ability's ready now.
This is almost a race to throw as many units as you as you can, and suddenly everything we've just spoken about with Von Asten's army will be completely counteracted.
5 for a free squad.
It's
4 or 5, something like that. Yeah.
But you should start seeing them come onto the field.
Oh, that we just saw an engineer die in the north there.
It's fine because it will come back even stronger.
With the sweepers as well.
Oh, MG42 Vet 2 could be getting taken down by crew members, maybe? No, the conscripts were into action with their Mosin Nagant rifles, with all the accuracy of a sausage being thrown at a brick wall.
Good defence there. Good defence with the MG.
Every time, wouldn't it? It makes no sense. Almost half my analogies make no sense then. It's great. Vet 3 Ostrupen. Nice. Telemine just there to watch out for in the late game as well.
So the interesting one is that when that ability is used, the symbol comes up above the unit's head, and obviously if you're really playing smart, you'll not kill conscripts. You'll just waste your opponent's munitions, but that can result in loss of map controls. It's a hard one to figure out really as to exactly.
Oh, look at that veteran CDN destroyed, and the Ostrupen. They go for the cap. They cancel. Oh, look at the Ura though. That's a nicely stolen MG there.
That seemed very organised. That seemed
That
very,
was
very
awesome.
organised.
That was like from the VonIvan playbook. Like page
72. You gotta do the barrage, and then you gotta hoorah it.
that was from the masterclass episode, of course. Nice repositioning for the MG42. Goes straight into the covering arc of his friend there. Got a squad wipe of what was that? Another conscript. One of the replenished conscripts from the.
This is interesting. Mortar?
Yeah. You know, who back then got the mortar to counter all the support weapons.
Interesting.
There's a Wehrmacht mortar, one of the most OP units in
I
existence.
mean, interesting. With 4 cons and engineers on the field, it's likely that mortar is going to be targeting the wrong stuff. It
Yeah,
doesn't.
but when he built it, there were 3 MGs, a Zis gun. So it did seem better at the time, but he's since stolen one of those said MGs.
I think Axis mortars are best in pairs though.
Yeah, they're good.
Well, one on its own,
You think?
I don't think it's going to have the impact it needs
Well, 2 is definitely better than
against a
1.
very mobile infantry
Yeah.
composition.
I think when he built it at the time, it seemed like a better idea.
Yeah.
Now it seems a bit redundant.
Oh, you know what's never redundant? The starter shots.
Once Vet 3, it can reach the base anyway. So.
The Stug is in the build. We're now 80% of our way to a Stug 3. That was my Imperial Day impression. It wasn't my best. It wasn't my best.
Very tough tank to keep alive though, to get it through those veterancy stages.
Yeah.
Well, in my newbie experience.
Well, it's so
Stugs don't
flankable.
last long with me.
It's a casemate tank destroyer. It's all about getting that reverse off before it happens, and if you're not using the reverse hotkey yet, it won't be that easy to do. It's constantly reversing that vehicle. And here it is. It is one of the most prolific armoured fighting vehicles in military history, has the most confirmed kills of any German vehicle in the Second World War. It is the Stargeschütz.
Did Michael Vittman start off in the
He
Stug?
did. That's exactly
Yeah,
right. He was a
made his
Stug ace
name.
on the step. That's right.
Oh, what did we just see
The
there?
Villa Vickers Bocage or something killed like 10 British tanks.
Maybe I need to try it out a bit more.
Yeah, when you move on from OKW, but don't. I wouldn't recommend an Axis faction as well, because then you start becoming a variable. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
You need to then pick an allied
Go
faction.
UKF to balance it out.
Yeah, I'm talking. Yeah. I'm talking.
Von Asten is, I think, a little bit fearful of VonIvan. We see another telemine that's just been laid outside
Excellent.
the entrance.
Oh,
So I think
that's really clever.
he knows what VonIvan's like. He knows that there's going to be some kind of all-in push probably.
Propaganda here. So
Well, there's also a Telemine to the west as well. So there's 3 Telemines we know about now. See that one there?
Yeah.
So there's 3 in total.
This is the killer.
Prop war leaflets
How
coming
sad
down.
is that? Your Vet 3 troops are rendered useless.
Well, they're Osttroop, they're really easy to manipulate in terms of propaganda leaflets. It's like, you are fighting for, the Third Reich. They're not going to be nice to you after the war. It's really easy. Just tell them the truth of things and they'll run off. Pretty much what happened, to be fair. There we go, Stug's coming into action. Su-76 does lose in a frontal armour confrontation against the Stug, but there is the T-70 also helping out, so it's one of those situations. Oh, he's pursuing, the Su-76 is pursuing the Stug. He's going for it. Oh, is he going to get the shot off? Stug's got pathing issues and gets taken out and burns up accordingly.
Oh, I think he'll be annoyed with that because I don't know how it was turning around like in that angle.
Must have misclicked.
Very, very difficult. We're gonna go for a sniper now. 24 minutes into the game, you've not got much chance to get that working. It's kind of like a unit you want to have out in the early stages. I wonder what he's going to be doing with this.
It's just Dev It's just Dev instead of Von Asten. It's the thing he'd do, It's a 24-minute sniper, but Faust off. No Pack 40 to follow up, of course, because he skipped tier 2, and skipped tier 1. Went Osttrooping into tier 3, which was a crazy strategy. It's extremely cool to see.
I love this as well. He sees that Von Asten is capping the fuel, so he goes for the strategic decap instead of contesting, making it completely useless as a strategic movement. So great play there. Just see conscripts are just continually putting map pressure on, getting all those strategic points, making sure Von Asten can't get any resources in. Von is just, he doesn't care about anything. 2 incendiaries here. Good work.
That could be nice, yeah. Shouldn't think all these towers have worked yet. We've got another Su-76 in the build. Oh, look at that! They're vaporising it! That T-70 is currently getting incendiary. Imagine being one of the guys inside, all these fire bullets flying around. I could get taken down!
He's going to finish it with the
Oh, that was awesome!
Ballsy with the MG, babe.
That was so cool. That was like target practice or something. He was just staying there. No, is that a Vet 3 stolen? Is that the Maxim, the original Maxim there, Vet 3? Yeah, it must be. That's, of course, the MG42s that have recently gotten a vehicle kill to, well, definitely a contribution vehicle damage to their name. Did it very well. Another Stug in the build.
Do you feel
Is that a different one? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess different. We have two T-70s, now two Su-76s. He was making an extremely expanded Tier 3 build, but it has recently contracted due to those incredible incendiary rounds from the MG42s there. We've had another bout of rapid conscription in, going around the local villages. The call for Mother Russia has gone out. And meanwhile, the leaflets are also falling from the sky. So, oh, it wasn't rapid conscription; it was leaflets. Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah, I love this ability because especially when your opponent is kind of like caught in a narrow corridor, so it's brutal.
Does it still work on Cis guns?
It does. It can make
yeah.
AT guns retreat.
That's so funny.
Yeah, so
it's brutal when they get it on an AT gun, a pack gun. Yeah. So Stug's back on the field. See if it is the true Stug Tiger Ace of the Eastern Front.
Not sure about the stuff. What do you reckon, Dan?
I personally would prefer a Panzer IV just for the amount of infantry there and flexibility of the turret. If he's having issues with getting the direction of it right.
Oh yeah, you two guys are right. Those Panzer IVs he's had previously in this game were great.
That was what. Well played. You know.
Well, anything well played. I mean, do you know what would be great? A Pack 40. Oh, yeah.
He could drop one in if he saves up. The munitions are gone now.
Oh, of course.
But he could have dropped one in that way. Yeah, to dodge the attacking.
This is actually Lovenest's build. Do you remember Lovenest making that build on?
Oh, VonIvan's copied it.
Yeah.
VonIvan said he's literally copied Lovenest's Soviet build.
Yeah.
And that's VonIvan's been #1 Soviets in auto match for a very long time, so you know who the daddy is when your build's being copied. So big credit to Lovenest on that one.
Because Lovenest just kind of walked in the first time we've seen him in ages and has set a meta for a faction.
Yeah.
In one game.
Well, he did the same with GCS, didn't he? His build was the daddy build at the time. Another mortar coming out, so Ed's getting his wish there from VonIvan with the second mortar.
Yeah.
Look at these graphs though, I mean you can really see how VonIvan just kicked it up a notch at the 18-minute mark.
Look at that.
That was the big confrontation. They went back to the Stone Age for a while after that. It is so unfortunate that all these towers have gone off. He's got 3 towers that have just been in prime positions, and the T-70 is just going past them.
Oh,
that was another machine gun just went down to that T-70.
VonIvan could really use with that, actually. Pin his opponent further in place. Yeah, I think he's got him.
Is this T-70 going to get caught on that telemine? I want to keep an eye on that. Oh, the Stug's chasing him! T-70's going straight into telemine territory there. Stug is pursuing. Oh no, he's standing his ground. That's crazy. Don't know why he's doing that. He's a dead T-70. Watch this, Ed. Kapow on the Cis gun as well. It's abandoned. This could be a big resurgence for VonIvan if he can make it work. He's got an MG in position. He's got the Pioneers coming into play. The Ostroup are going to crew it. This could be a big turnout for the cards. But he gets it and leaflets the position as well. Gets out of jail free card.
Yeah, he's got to be careful. Threw away a couple of models, just really unfortunately for nothing there. Are we going to see SU-76 push again?
Look at these
loving these
incendiaries.
incendiaries.
Look at the VPs though, he's not been capping VPs in all this VonIvan. And VonIvan's been really targeting them. We've had another MG goes down by the way there. The conscripts could cap if they want it. Pioneers rushing into battle, losing a lot of health, going to be lucky to escape there. Ostroup can tag team in for them and take up the mantle, trying to capture that victory point.
Stug's doing work there now. There we go.
Yeah, nice pickup.
Thanks for the subscription there, Chemtrail. Thanks for the love. Good work by the SU-76. Gets Fausted by a 2-man Ostrooping squad, doing his best. Could get a barrage on retreat. Oh no! A wombo combo on the Stug. That was wicked. Did you see how it came in unison there? Yeah, that was beautiful.
The Faust combination is good.
He's just replacing it all as well when it goes. Yeah. It's the great thing about this is that when you lose those T-70s, they're so cheap. They just get this.
Gotta get that in a montage. I love the way those 2 rounds came in at the same time from a V shape. That was amazing. Oh god, played this game for years. You still get surprised now and again. It's so cool.
So VonIvan's munitions went all into these tellers? Because where are the LMGs?
Well, 150,
the railway
yeah.
skill equaliser.
No, very good point, yeah. 150 on the tellers, you're right.
It just seemed to...
Well, everything with Ost here, or Wehrmacht, whatever you want to call them, is always munition sinks. In KotH 1, Wehrmacht were fuel. In this game, they are really, it's munitions. Because every upgrade and every ability is just keeps them in the game.
And that's where VonIvan's 62 a minute, is it?
Yeah, but that telemine came in use, you saw it there. That's 50 munitions to kill the tank. And
the interesting thing though is that VonIvan had the best early game, so he actually did dominate the resource game for the entire start. He just didn't use it correctly because you take a risk when you go straight into a Panzer IV with no tier 1, tier 2, he's got no AT and he suffered for it, but it was kind of worth the go almost.
Yeah. And he did get double out at one stage.
Yeah.
not
Do you,
quick.
do you know what's really surprising though? That Telemine on the eastern base entrance, that should be planted by every player against VonIvan on this map, surely. Because every time I've seen VonIvan on this map, in the past 8 times, he's rushed that base entrance.
Even this game.
Even this game. So it's like, players need to start thinking this kind of 12-dimensional buckaroo that they need in order to play at this level. It's just, you got to get on the program now.
But you were saying with your interview with VonIvan, this is his favourite map, right?
Was it this one? Yes, it was.
The
Yeah,
one he really
this
showed-
is his favourite
showed
map.
his
So
class on,
for him to be able to pick the map, you would expect that this is him. And like he says, he knows every single part of this map where a good engagement can exist. He believes. So it's,
he's showing it. So he's back to
This map is one of by the big daddy map makers, White Flash Reborn. It's actually originally used for SNF4, only just got on the game though a year and a half ago. Really happy that after 5 years, Relic take a community map from the olden days, realise it's a daddy map and put it in. And it is just a wicked map. What's happened with points held in this game? That shows a good story sometimes.
points held.
Oh, look at that. Look at VonIvan's just ascendancy.
Yeah.
Von Aston reached base at one point, didn't he? Literally in his base at one point. Nil point.
Wow, I don't think I've seen that before.
No, not in a game like this. I mean, look at that. That's perfect for artillery.
There's the Stolen Energy.
We're waiting for this propaganda artillery. I see this coming down like pretty much. There we go, straight away. VonIvan knows this is a great target for this. We might even see all of these.
Yeah, pan down. It'll be hilarious.
Just retreat. There we go. They're all going to get suppressed.
Now, can
Will
it
they
be
get the
called a
retreat?
blob if it's an MG42 blob?
Oh, that's the biggest blob I've ever seen, mate. Since the film The Blob. Why isn't he not using the other base exit? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
But
these
fun-
guys don't care. They're like, oh no, we love what we do.
We are the Multimen. Where are these guys going? They're setting up and everything. They love it.
Still shoot all.
No, they're illiterate. They're from like this mountain village tribe in Bavaria. They don't know how to read. So it's coming down and
They
they don't
think it's good news.
Yeah, it's good news.
Enemy is taking our territory.
This game is what we like to call over.
Yeah, I think so. The
Yeah, you
swarming
see,
ants
this
like
this
infantry
graph
one.
is a representation of casting energy over time. So
where those messages.
Not for King of the Hill last episode, but that episode 3 on Card done. And you were like,
we're now at this stage. I mean, when the blob started getting formed, we hit this point, and we're slightly rising now because it's just become humorous.
yeah, that's it. Look at that. Oh, look at that blob. Bloody hell. Woo. MG42's walking to actually get suppressed. Good play there. I think Von Aston's given up. Or is CPU taken over? He's now thrown in the towel. But to be honest, we've got to give him credit because he's
Good
played
game.
so well in the
Yes,
past three or
absolutely.
4 games. He did a fantastic job of being king. So massive plays by Von Aston. It's awesome seeing him as top player, but in this game, you've got to hand it to VonIvan.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Great play from both players, really, because Ostrup and that dominant early on, that's pretty hard to do, especially against a player like VonIvan.
Taps on Dan's back. Oh, hello, you're right. How are you going?
Sorry to cut you off there. Slightly. We'll go back to the lobby and then we'll talk about it. So we're going to get like a new king going, so we can get the games moving and doing that. So congratulations to VonIvan. Good, we can start going back to Von.
Who's in that Steam group? The Steam group with all the players in?
Let's have
Oh, hello.
a.
Oh, they can't see it. That's great. I'm liking your setup, Dan. It's really clever.
It's nice, isn't it? Let's have a look. We've got Hooligan. Was Hooligan in it?
Hooligan, yeah, I think. No, he's not been up.
Love Nest.
Love Nest has been
Love
king.
Nest is in.
Oh,
there.
he's going
So
in.
let's get-
Oh, let's put him in the jug.
Big names. There we go.
Is him?
Yep.
Okay, fantastic. So
Is that everybody?
that. Oh, do you need it? Right.
Is anybody else that we're missing? We've got Helping Hands Talisman that isn't in. Carl and Brosras. None of
Okay,
them.
you are keeping them in. I was just wondering.
Well, they're
Yeah,
not
okay.
in if they're not in the Steam group.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, yeah, that. Oh, Nagano's there.
Nagano's in. Okay, right, Dan, you can pick this time. You ready?
Okay.
You have to have... Ooh, get in there, big boy. Go on.
Laugh if it's VonIvan
It
again.
can't be. It's only
Against himself.
Love Nest! No!
Probably the best.
Now, it's
best
what we do
act
is
of
we're going to
all
eat
the
it.
way. Nice.
Because we can't use it again, can we? Can't play twice.
That doesn't mean you need to eat it. You
I've
just
always
Just loves paper.
dispose of it. Oh yeah, it is going to be
Feed the troll.
the one and only Love Nest for our next game. Actually, Love Nest has probably only won a single game this season.
That's one. He's won one game. I've
One
got the
game.
stats actually. Oh, you can bring them on that spreadsheet. I've got all the did the stats for us, didn't I, on Friday?
Oh, do you want me to?
Yeah, I brought them up. I did those stats, like the win rates and everything.
Okay, one second. Where is it?
There, it's on that screen.
Oh, it's on.
That's
Oh,
the
okay.
stats, yeah.
Right, okay. Oh, I see. Sorry, I thought it was going to be really complicated.
What's this thing saying? King stats. Where is it?
Where's my name?
There it is.
So if you can see there, you've got VonIvan that's played 16 games and won 10. Well, now we could actually add one to that. Below him, you've got Nagano, who's not quite a successful win rate. And all the way at the bottom, obviously the worst player, no, I'm joking, is Love Nest, of course, which has played 3, won 1. And then 11, of course. He's won 11 now, hasn't he? You want to change that 10 to 11. It's giving me triggering me.
Sorry. I missed that.
The best win rate, though, funnily enough, is Helping Hands, who's played 6, won 5, which is pretty impressive. So if you want to head over to this spreadsheet, go to the game master list. That's pretty epic. Did you ever look at this when I did this? No. I did all this, put it all together. It's got video links for every single one.
It's been a good season, hasn't it?
It's been wicked.
I'm
That's what I was trying to say. It's been epic. There's been so many good games here.
Yeah, I'm glad that we tracked all of the. Do you know what I mean?
Thanks to the mods for tracking it. Yeah, that data was really easy to work with. Just compiled it, put a few formulas on it. Beautiful.
Absolutely. Lobby is up, Ishtari says, so we haven't got too long to wait before our next game. Thank you very much, Ishtari, for being prompt on this.
He's a legend. He's a beast. He's the Ishtari.
He is indeed. And we... I see. Is that Rita Rush is here, I think? For who's referring to Rita? There she is, yeah. Rita Rush is there. Hey, Rita Rush. And Rita Rush, of course, did a lot for us this season. She got faceplates for